We don't want to throw around the term industry icon too easily, but I think in this case we're definitely in the presence of one. Today I'm going to spend 5 minutes with Roy Brewer from Engraving Concepts. Roy, thanks for taking the time.
Thank you, Dave. Glad to do it.
Good. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about your history and your perspective on the industry and the things that you've done. Now, let's start with what companies that you currently represent here.
I have a representation company called Engraving Concepts, which evolved from Brewer sales, and we currently distribute epilogue lasers and Xenotech lasers and mechanical engravers, acrylic and direct color systems products. That's basically what we do. Handle some used equipment, but representing those companies is basically what we do.
Okay, so epilogue, Xenotech, acrylic print from Acrylic Idea Factory, and direct color systems. Now, when did you first get into the business?
Got into the business in 1965. Took a part-time job in a wood shop, sanding trophy bases. Okay. So that was my introduction into the business.
Now, over the years, what other companies have you represented since 1965?
Shortly after 65, the fellow I was working with, he and I formed a partnership. I worked at that for 3 years, manufacturing wood bases, metal columns. From there, took a full-time job with one of the major companies which was F.H. Noble and Company, long since gone. Went from Noble to Dodge Trophies, and from Dodge to Freeman. And after Freeman, now we're talking about roughly 1984. I've been selling equipment exclusively since 1984.
Okay.
And that was H Square to begin with, Dahlgren after that, Newing Hall after that, and then Xenotech and Epilogue since early 90.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about your business, Engraving Concepts. Everyone, or most people at least, are familiar with you, but who else is employed there, and who else should people be familiar with?
My daughter Jeanette basically runs the company. She administers it, does all the hard work, contact management. She's been working with me since she was a little girl, and so she basically runs the company, manages it. And then we have Randy Allen, he and I are the salespeople for the organization. We have one technical support person, Mike Evans.
Okay.
And then my younger daughter, Lynette, she's our utility person, wherever needs to be on, help out wherever. So we're a 5-person company.
Now, you've spent a great deal of time on the road over the years. Can you give us an estimate of how many shops you visited in that time?
Well, I've been on the road for over 40 years now, and I would say in the area of 2,500 stores I've visited.
Impressive.
And I guess several of those, now we're working on 3rd generation. So I've been in some of those stores since grandfather, and now grandson or granddaughter is actually running the business. But between, over the different territories we've worked, I'd say between 2,500 and 3,000 stores is what I've been in. Seen a lot of things, a lot of changes.
I bet, yeah. And it's got to be gratifying to you to see those businesses passed on through generations of families and so forth.
Indeed. I see there's not many people that can get out of this business. I mean that because it's so creative. For the most part, the product we turn out, customers really enjoy seeing the finished product.
Right.
And then the creativity of it. But many people find it hard to get out of our business after they've been in it. So, yeah, indeed, to see a business that can be profitable enough to pass on to offspring, and then have enough of those offspring enjoy it to stay in it, yeah, that's been very rewarding.
Yeah. Let's finish with this. If you could give any advice to shop owners out there, obviously we're getting through a tough economic time for the country, but what good advice can you pass on to get through the rest of this year, for instance?
Well, I guess maybe I would be a little bit of a contrarian with what what most of the articles and industry pundits are saying, and that is add more systems and become more versatile. My advice would be get better at what you do. Don't try to be everything to everybody. My advice would be concentrate on what's most profitable. Go out and get that more of that business. Certainly the customers you have, see what else you can do for them, but don't feel like you got to add a whole lot of new systems. Be very good at what you do and market what you've done well and what has been the most profitable. That would be my advice.
Okay, so do what you do, but do it right.
That's right. Yeah. Do it right, do it better. Find more people to market that product and service to.
Okay. Roy, thank you for spending some time with us.
Thank you, Dave.
We've been talking to Roy Brewer, 5 Minutes With. I'm Dave Pomeroy, publisher of A&E Magazine. Thanks.